ओम 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 सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम सच्चिदानंद रूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखादमृतद्रव संयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः। ॐ नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ओं नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओं योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचम् इमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवण त्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो मुनिभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणाचार्येभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णुवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षये सूतमहामुनये नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओं श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वा अन्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः अथ अष्टादशोऽध्यायः। Let us chant from 25. ओम श्री भगवानुवाच वानप्रस्थाश्रमपदेषु अभीक्ष्णं भैक्ष्यमाचरेत् संसिद्ध्यत्याश्वसम्मोहः शुद्धसत्त्वः शिलान्धसः नैतद्वस्तुतया पश्येत दृश्यमानं विनश्यति असक्तचित्तो विरमेत् इहामुत्र चिकीर्षितात् यदेतदात्मनि जगत् मनोवाक्प्राणसंहतं सर्वं मायेति तर्केण स्वस्थस्त्यक्त्वा न तत्स्मरेत् ज्ञाननिष्ठो विरक्तो वा मद्भक्तो वा नपेक्षकः सलिङ्गानाश्रमान् त्यक्त्वा चरेदविधिगोचरः बुधो बालकवत् क्रीडेत कुशलो जडवच्चरेत् वदेदुन्मत्तवत् विद्वान् गोचर्यां नैगमश्चरेत् वेदवादरतो न स्यात् न पाषण्डी न हैतुकः शुष्कवादविवादे च न कञ्चित् पक्षं समाश्रयेत् नोद्विजेत जनात् धीरः जनं चोद्वेजयेन्नतो अतिवादान् सितिक्षेत नावमन्येत कञ्चन देहमुद्दिश्य पशुवत् वैरं कुर्यात् न केनचित् एक एव परो ह्यात्मा भूतेष्वात्मन्यवस्थितः यथेन्दुरुदपात्रेषु भूतान्येकात्मकानि च अलब्ध्वा न विषीदेत काले काले शनं क्वचित् लब्ध्वा न हृष्येत् धृतिमान् उभयं दैवयन्त्रितम् आहारार्थं समेहेत युक्तं तत्प्राणधारणं तत्त्वं विमृश्यते तेन तद्विज्ञाय विमुच्यते यदृच्छयोपपन्नान्नम् अद्यात् श्रेष्ठमुतापरं तथा वासस्तथा शय्यां प्राप्तं प्राप्तं भजेन्मुनिः शौचमासनं स्नानं न तु चोदनया चरेत् अन्यान् नियमान् ज्ञानी यथाहं लीलयेश्वरः न हि तस्य विकल्पाख्या या च मद्वीक्षया हता आदेहान्तात् क्वचित् ख्यातिः ततः सम्पद्यते मया। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीभागवत शरणं मम श्रीसद्गुरु शरणं मम श्रीसूत शरणं मम श्रीशुकदेव शरणं मम श्रीव्यास शरणं मम श्रीनारद शरणं मम श्रीकुमार शरणं मम श्रीब्रह्मा शरणं मम श्रीविष्णु शरणं मम श्रीपरब्रह्म शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे। हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं। स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्त्ययं रसः, अतः पिबन्धु सद्भाग्याः मामामुञ्चतकर्हिचित्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कन्धः। मुक्तिरेत्वा अन्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ अष्टादशोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच। Salutations to the Lord and entire Bhagavatacharya Parampara. Welcome you all. Thank you for being together in this beautiful journey of studying the Shastra together. In this 18th chapter of 11th Skandha, Mukti Skandha, Bhagavan is very clearly mapping out for us the entire journey we have to conduct in spirituality, which is not without our external, which is mainly internal. For that internal inner transformation, externally whatever is to be done, that also Bhagavan is indicating. So slowly we, as a human being, having studied Shastras or getting guidance from Guru, went through the Brahmacharya Ashrama, then Grahastha, then Vanaprastha. Now we came to Sannyasa Ashrama. Or direct from Brahmacharya to Sannyasa or Grahastha to Sannyasa. Such ones, his only purpose is get into the experience of the Lord or the self or truth. For him, what are the preparations, what are the techniques, practices Bhagavan is teaching to us in this portion of sannyasa or yati dharmas. Yesterday we have seen so many. 24th sloka, if you say, Puragrama Vrajan Sardhan Bhikshartam Pravishan Charetu. So for the sake of Bhiksha, you go to all places, Puragrama Vrajasartha. Because in one place, if you stay for a long time, they may not like it. So keep on moving from place to other. So these are the places that are indicated for a true Parivrajaka, Yati, Sannyasi, for his sustenance. So to Punyadesha Sarichaila Vanashramavati Mahim, the Bhumi is filled with so many of Punyadesas, Sarichaila Deshas, Shaila Deshas, Vana Deshas, and Ashrama Deshas. So in all of them, keep moving. And that gives a vast experience. That experience makes us very mature. In those maturities, we know how tough, difficult it is to maintain life. Therefore, how the Lord takes care of it, how the Lord is in the form of so many people, and so many people do the adharana to us. See, moving everywhere, not attached to anyone, and in spite of that movements and all, yet our mind we are focusing on Paramatma. How many things that person who is in Parivrajaka, he will learn. We can learn so many things being at home, but the things which we learn when we move in the world are much, much more. Both worldly things as well as spiritual. Worldly things means where to go, whom to talk, how much to talk, what to talk. ये सब भी पता चलता है. More also spiritual things which theoretically we study, they all can be practically seen when we move in the world. Like Adveshta, Sarvabhutana, Maitra, Karuna, or Ahimsa, Satyamastheya. Where do we practice them if not being amidst the people? Yeah. So keep moving like that. Then Bhiksha mainly Vanaprastha Ashrama Padeshu Abhikshnam Bhikshamacharate. So in the Vanaprastha ashramas, regularly you take Bhiksha there because they get that food through that Shilavancha Vritti by which there is no impurity at all in the food of any sort. It will help you. He says, Samsiddhyate Ashu Asammoha. So this connection we have to very clearly understand. Yesterday we saw it little more today. If the food alone makes our sukshmati sukshma mana, therefore we have to be careful about the bhojan. Both for physical health also, food is the thing. You know that 70-80% of diseases are caused by the food only. You know, the wrong foods taken, heavy foods taken, wrong times the food is taken. All that problem, food only. If you can really learn one thing in life about Bhojanam, health is taken care. Here he is going one step ahead and saying, same food is the cause of your own Antakarana. Therefore, that Shuddha Bhojana, if you take, Antakarna becomes Shuddha very soon. Therefore, whether it is Bhojanam or any of the objects, things required for our life, which source we are getting, we must know it from. As much as possible, get them from the positive divine sources. Even after getting them also, you make the Shuddhi of them by offering it to the Lord. It should become a habit. Whether the fruits or the lunch, bhojanam, breakfast, dinner, even your own home you cooked or your wife cooked or children cooked, whatever made it, still servants cooked that. You bought it from outside. So mantrocharana, all that you do and see that the bhojana becomes Shuddha. That helps in the Shuddhi of the Antakarana. Actually, life should be like this. Up to 10 o'clock, involved in all the puja, then offered the Naivedyam, and that only taken at 11 o'clock. Then throughout the day, what is to be done is done. Then again at 4 or 4:30, again whatever evening anushtana, abhishekam to be done. Then 7 before sunset, again that should be taken as bhojanam, as prasadam. That's it. In between, nothing doing. He will be the most healthy person, as they say. Physical health we are talking. So to here says, Ashu sansiddhati amoham asammoha. That means what? Through the food, the qualities of the maker of the food, manufacturer of the food, enter into our bosom in a very subtler, unrecognizable form, and either they nullify our sadhana, or they don't allow us to do sadhana, or they promote the negative things in us. So therefore, the quantity of the food, quality of food, timings of the food, more importantly, source of the food, from where it is coming. In the source of food, one thing is we ourselves should earn if in the grahastha ashrama. That also nyaya arjita. 4 words are used in our yoga vasishta. First is what? Mita ahara. Second is satvik ahara. Third is nyaya arjita ahara. Fourth is daiva arpita ahara. So, swarjita, nyayarjita, then satvika, then daiva arpita and mita. If the food is there, it helps body and mind. That's what it is said here. Then samsiddhati asha sammoha shuddha sattvaha. Because the makers of the food are of shuddha sattvata. Shilandasa, that's how the food is brought. Next, from here, slowly the pure Vedanta of essence of all Upanishads, especially Mandukya Adi, are being spoken. Yesterday we saw one sloka. Naitadvastutaya vashyeta drushyamanam vinashyate asakta chitto viramet ihamutra chikirshitat. It's a very high level of mind's maturity, which is possible only after so many lives of sadhana, but Bhagavan is giving only in one sloka. So casually, as if do this, it will happen like that. But very tough it is. Main thing is what? Iha amutra chikirsitat virametu. Total withdrawal. To the extent even a thought or a sankalpa also is coming about the desire of this worldly bhoga experiences or the other worldly. Chikirsitat means desirous. So, desirable objects in this world or any other world, which are desired by the ignorant people, should not be desired by us. That is the goal. So, iha amutra chikirsitat virametu. This is the point. How to do that? Asakta chittaha. By not allowing the chitta to involve in them. But chitta is involving in them, no? It has become a habit to us. No, this is what the question Uddhavji in fact asked already earlier in the 7-8 chapters before. The objects enter chitta, chitta enters the objects. How to get out of that? You will answer Bhagavan. Hey, don't worry, you focus on me, everything gets settled. Here also, asakta chitta viramed is the one by which we don't involve in the thoughts of the chikirshita vastu of this world or the other world. How to achieve that one? The 2 very crucial important thoughts Bhagavan shares here, and it won't be understandable overnight quickly. We have to listen to all Shastra, all logic for a long time, then only our inner bosom will accept it, otherwise it will not. So remember, we live at the level of upadhi so much, For the sake of upadhi, we have become so slaves to the world, habitual to the world, addicted to the world. Both without the world, without identity with the dehadi, I can't live. Life is not possible. In that set of mind, we are. To break that shell, come out of it itself takes many lives. That's the result of punya done for so many lives without any expectation. Guru Seva, Samaja Seva, Punya Karma, Dharma, when they are done for a long time without expectation, breaking of the shackle will happen. The dependence on the world and can't live without the upadhi. Means I am upadhi only. I am mind, I am body, I am senses, I am intellect. Only this, and I am I, the ego, which is identified with all of them. It takes time, we have to give time. Slowly it has to break. Once it happens, the big leap has been done in spirituality. So, how to do that? Bhagavan gave us two sadhana. One is na etad vastutaya pashetu. Don't visualize the world in front of you as reality. How is it so? Because drushyamanam. So what? Vinashyati. See that clarity there. It is drushyamanam. It is drishyam. I am the drashta. And this drushyamanam, every time. Drashta alone is real. Druk Swarupa Atma is real, every Drushya is destroyable. Because of that, if Drushyamanam hai, to Vinashyati. Now, anything is Drushyamanam, Vinashyati, anything Vinashyati is not Vastu Buddhi or not real. This way, 1,000,000 times by saying so, all in front of me is perishable, it is not therefore real. In this way, when we get the clarity of it, then Asakta Chitta Virametu, then Ihamutra Sikrishtat will happen to us. Not otherwise. If you take the world as real and it has got the Sukha to give us, then we will never be able to give the world. Naitad vastutaya pashetu drishyamana vinashyati. Now, to make this line and the next sloka understand only, Bhagavan Karikagara along with Shankara the Bhashyakara have given us such a huge Upanishad Mandukya. We just tasted it, tasting it. But it's only sample. We have to go deep into again every prakarana, every portion of the set of 3 or 4 slokas, in each of which is using the powerful logic, Shruti quotations and examples to drive to our mind. Only Parabrahma is there, other than him, the Jagat is not even born. At that level, no other sadhana is required. Mandukya level, sadhana is not required. If one avoids in the truth through all the contemplation, you will be one with the Brahma, there is no Jagat. That highest is that Upanishad. But here, there slowly from the first of the Prakarana keeps on developing the subject. What is the main thing? Naitad vastutaya pashyet. Dushyamanam vinashyati. Okay. Dushyamanam vinashyati. Asakta chitta viramed ihamutra chikirshita. Now all the quotations you listen, all the satsangas you have attended, sometime half day, some half class or 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you remembered, you use all of them for this. The main thing is what? Jata sahi dhruva mrityu. Anything comes, it goes again. Again in Mandukya only said, Adavante cha ennasti vartamane vidattata. It's a very powerful logic. That which is not there in the beginning, which will not be there at the end. In between, when it is seen, that time also, that seen thing is appearance only, and it is appearance, therefore, it is not real. That conviction, won't come easily. That is where the tapas shakti of ours, anugraha of the Guru will make us accept that, understand that. It's only acceptance, no? Understand. Like, these are the ways which if you live, you are unhealthy. This is where you live, you will be healthy. It's only acceptance and abiding, no? Once I accept it, I abide that, done. Whether it is values, whether it is commitments to the duties, whether it is maintenance of the health, all knowledge is with us. But the clear, deeper understanding born out of the analysis, followed with the acceptance, they are not there, therefore you don't practice, the result won't come. Here also, that which was not there in the past will not be in the future. In between also, it is appearance only. Therefore, not real. So in the beginning of creation, the whole creation was not there. After the resolution, it is not there. In between, it is appearance. That aspect was explained to us in the example of Swapna. So before we slept, the Swapna Jagat was not there. When we wake up, the Swapna Jagat is not there. In between, appear, but that time also it is not there. This was a main sentence said in the Mandukya in many Upanishads. Then, if it's not there, then why it is appearing, how it is appearing? And the dreamer is experiencing as so real only, no. Then how to make understand that that is so appeared as real but not real? A dreamer, when he is dreaming, he feels it as real. When he wakes up in a moment's notice, he gets out of the dream problem. That's why every day we dream. That time we may go through some sadness, dukkha, but we are waking up effortlessly. We are forgetting dream. But this long dream of waking world is there, no? This also is a dream compared to the ultimate stage of truth or self or reality. So, dream analogy is taken to explain to us about the unreality, about the waking also. This is the technique, this is the process, this is the conscious effort. This is how slowly one evolves. From the dream, we evolve easily when somebody pours water or some frightening experience comes in the dream. So that is very easy, that is convenient. That's how it is set up, the system. But from the waking to awaken to the, from this waking world, get awaken to the truth, this is the process. Like from the dream, when we were real, leaving the dream as real, to wake up, there was some processes knowingly or unknowingly were happening in that. In the waking world also, unknowingly, slowly we all will be evolved toward the Lord. Mama Vartman Vartante Manushya Partha. But how many million lives it takes, you don't know. But consciously one can evolve. There is a chance for a waker to the ultimate level. That is what is the purpose of all Shastras. Shastras will not give the impossible mukti. Mukti is everybody's birthright, everybody will get it. Shastra enhances the speed of it. Shastra makes it fast happen. Thus, Shastra avoids the in between pitfalls which will happen otherwise, and we may get extended, postponed in the realization. And Shastra gives a systematic technique, sadhana. So here the analogy of dream is taken and explained in the waking also. He at the absolute truth level, the waking world is not there. Then when you realize it, it is not there. In between, it is only appearing. And they give everything. Okay, from the waking standpoint, you said dream is real, unreal. No, from the dream standpoint, waking also must be unreal. Then which is real in both of them? That was how logic goes on. Then understanding was both are not real. Both are mind made. Only difference between Swapna and Jagrat is in the Jagrat there are solid, gross, tangible things. In Swapna, everything is a subtle world. Just because a world is gross or subtle, both are mind projected. In this aspect, there is no difference at all. That's how the Upanishad conveys to us. We, being the initial readers of it, immediately doesn't click to us. But when we ourselves 10 times with Shraddha and Upanishad study it, we slowly accept it. And why we don't accept the waking also like a dream? Only reason is for in the waking, to the gross words we give extra reality, too much importance to it. Anything you give importance now, you don't understand the fallacies in that and you don't want to leave it. That giving importance is called asakti. When the asakti for the gross world is given up, then that giving up gives an ability in the intellect to not give so much importance to the Jagrat Jagat. Therefore, whether it is Stula Jagat or Sukshma, both are Manakalpitam. That aspect will be able to understand. And as the study grows, it deepens, as we truly withdraw from the involvement in the world through senses and mind, sit at one place, close eyes, and visualize. It will slowly reveal to us slowly whether the world is grass or subtler, all are mind projected. And mind projects because it is existing. And what is the mind which is existing? Nothing but Maya at play. What is Maya? It is the power of the Lord. Why it is functional? Because we have not seen the Lord or experienced the Lord as He is. Therefore, the moment one awakens to the experience of Lord, remember, Maya goes away, mind goes away, then the mind projected world also goes away. It is not as easy as I said in 5 seconds. It's just like, go to airport, book your flight and board it, and just now it will take you 2 hours. Then you land there, taxi comes, take, go to the hotel, sleep the night. Next day morning, you will be sent a car, sit in that, and go to the place of your interview or training. I said it in half minute. But ऐसा होता है क्या? In the same way, awaken to the truth, Maya goes away, mind projected world goes away. It's not so easy like in this so many fill up the blanks have to be filled. But even to inquire about the Paramatma who is beyond Maya, the too much aggressive involvement in the Maya created, mind created world, we have to reduce. Through Viveka, Vairagya, ityadi samavad. So these are all interconnected, all of them. That all interconnection and beautiful netting of them, and which is required at what time, all that comes to us when our minds are very energetic, very sattvic, very sublime, very subtle, very pure. For that only karma yoga, bhakti yoga karte, we have to gather all those things in our own mind. Then these things become real to us, these knowledges which we were discussing. All that in a small line, Krishna says, Etad vastustaya na pashetu vai dushyamana vinashyati. Therefore, how to live? Asakta chittaha, then virameta iha amutra chikirshitatu. While doing so, our own past experiences, our own vasanas, they frighten us, threaten us, tempt us. Not only that, when we see in this struggle of spirituality, we become so miserable because nothing understood, nothing we are able to do. And the other people of the world, zero spirituality in them. Yet they are laughing, they are giggling, they are enjoying. They are so wonderful in this world with the objects. ये सब देखकर हमको लगता है they are right, we are wrong. So there's a danger again to go back. ये सब सबको झेलना पड़ता है. So the state of mind of this person is what? Mind is fully withdrawn. It's not even doing sankalpa for any chikirshita vastu of this world or that world. If you have got it already, please use that mind not for sleep laziness, just for study of Shastra, deeply contemplating on the self. Bring that patience, bring that liking. Ask the Paramatma, like we are seeing every day from last 12 days, in one or the other suktams. Oh Lord, you brought up to this level of detachment from this world and the other worldly things. The same you I am requesting, asking you. Increase my interest in you, Saguna and Nirguna. May I be fully engrossed in the sadhanas of reaching you through jnanam, through bhakti. When we that way intensely pray, that next level of promotion also he gives. Then we enter into that. Few lives it may take. Then the experience happens, the establishment happens. Then it is like a river merging in ocean, becoming one with it, infinite. Then there are no runnings to it. There is no tensions to it. There is no throughout the journey taking so many twists or turns, jumping over the rocks, boulders, hitting at them. They're all none of them. They're getting polluted by the chemicals of the factories there. कुछ नहीं होता एक बार समुद्र में मिल गया तो. In the same way we experience the truth. A completeness it is. That for that to happen, we should be in that path. For that, we have to invoke the grace of Lord. And that is for those who have already achieved this stage by their own effort. Etat is continuously changing. Drishyam Nashwaram. Therefore, not real, let me not seek it. So, like you feel like having something. Yeah, anything it will be perishable only. Why should I waste my time for that? Whether it is a vastu, whether it is a dhana, is a vyakti vishesha. Anyone the mind tempts prompts us to become friendly or consume it or obtain it. ये शाश्वत नहीं है बाबा, मुझे शाश्वत चाहिए, परमानेंट चाहिए, ये सब पर वस्तु नहीं है. For that way withdraw. When it is done for some days, then that poking mind of creating desire with seeing the objects or without seeing slowly becomes zero. Then you see the world, but there is no sankalpa in the mind rises. Like in the earlier example, I said a sannyasi goes through all pura grama vraja. When he goes through, everything will be seen by him. Is it not? In the big towns, you may see the entertaining things, but he won't touch him at all. That will be the state of being. When we repeatedly do this and eliminate the khujri aspect of the mind called as creating desire from within or creating desire having seen the object. अंदर से नहीं बाहर से. That's called in Gita संकल्प प्रभवान कामान त्यक्त्वा सर्वान अशेषतः. He'll watch everything. Like imagine Gurudev. You may take him for five-star hotel inauguration. You may take him even for any entertainment. He will do it. He will oblige those bhaktas. He will bless them. But there's no vastu buddhi in him. Therefore, there's no there's no desire for it, for him, for it. Is it not? Vastu nahi hai. But it won't come in one day. Remember, we might have started our spirituality 1 or 2, 3 janam back only. If we are at this level of little regularity but most of worldliness along with tamoguna, it can be an idea with which we can assess that just 2 lives back we might have started. Before that, we were utterly worldly only. Like millions are there around you. They don't know there is a guru, there is satsang, there is shastra, there is tattvam. Absolutely zero. We were also like that 10 few years back. So, how many we have to go ahead? Keep on doing little. So, in this shloka, mainly protect your mind from its disease of desireness for this world and that world. How to do it? Everything is perishable. It is not vastu. So, like a snake, like the silver. Snake example is to be freed from the detachments, from the aversions and hatreds, fears. And silver in the shell example is to free from the attachments. राग आदि ये सिल्वर शेल एग्जाम्पल से हम फ्री करना है, द्वेष आदि ये सांप के एग्जाम्पल से. रस्सी है वो, उसमें सांप नहीं है, इसलिए डरने का द्वेष करने का जरूरत नहीं. सोटू ये सिल्वर नहीं है, शेल है, इसलिए उसके प्रति भागकर उसका लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. Then comes the most powerful sloka. यदेतदात्मनि जगतो मनोवाक् प्राण संहतम् सर्वं मायेति तर्केण स्वस्थः त्यक्त्वा न तत्स्मरेत्. In this to everything. मनोमात्रमिदं दृश्यं मनसो हि अमनिमये द्वैतं नैव पद्यते मनसो निग्रहायत्तम् अभयं सर्वयोगिनां दुःखक्षय प्रबुद्धश्चापि अक्षयाक्षान्तरेव च उत्सेकोद्विदेर यद्वत्. All these shlokas of Mandukya are there here. I'll explain in short. What's happening in the evening here? So one by word. First, yad etat jagatu. That this jagat. What is the jagatam? Mano vak prana samhatam. Manaha, vaku, prana are upadis of us. With the upadis, we see the world. The vak jagat is jagat of all the words and names. The prana jagat is the jagat of all activities that are then with regard to all the forms of the world. Mana is the jagat of all sankalpas. Therefore, the sankalpa jagat, vastu jagat, kriya jagat. Yeah? Then संकल्प करने वाला मनो, कर्म करने वाला कर्मेंद्रिय देहादि, परसीव करने वाला ज्ञानेन्द्रिय. All of that is jagat. Because yadetat jagat means this is what. So all this world of upadis and upadi perceiving the things in the world, ये दोनों मिलाकर जगत कहते हैं. So yad etat mano vak prana samhatam jagat. This world which is an assembly of the upadi and upadi perceived. What about that? That mano vak prana samhatam atmani. It is there in the atma, in your own self. Atmani what? Sarvam maya iti. Because of the maya, it is seen in the self, imagined in the self, projected in the self. And for this only, the way the questions the disciple asks, that type of answer given. Many, many questions asked by many in the acceptance of it. Many answers given by gurus. So many, therefore many Upanishads, many Puranas came. The purpose of all of them is only to answer this question. How come the world is the Maya projection on the self? Many, many logics, many, many. That's what he says, Tarkena. We have already given the Swapna Tarka. Then the long, deep, final, exhaustive Tarka kya hai? This we will see now in the 3, 4, 5 minutes. Two ways to see it. Ki, always find that in every experience. We experience the world, that is the world is real. Na? First to take an experience. Understand, for an experience to happen, the experienced world, experiencer me, contact between these two should be there. Then only experience will happen. If the world is not there, experience will not come. If I am not there, experience will not come. And both of them are there. If the contact is not there, experience will not come. Clear? Now, do the analysis of the experienced world. That is what in Mandukya exhaustively we saw. What is the analysis of the experienced world? Its size, its nature. Okay? Size is infinite. Nature is continuously changing. Is it not? What is continuously changing the world? See the subtle observation. World is changing but not destroyed. It is there. That means what? There is something changeless also in the world. There is something changeful also. The changeful continuously is a Rupanama. Changeless is something which is beyond that Rupanama. That Rupanama नहीं है कहा. देखो रूपनाम है तो ये गुण वगैरह होता है ना. देखो गुण भी नहीं होगा. रूपनाम गुण है तो ही उसमें मॉडिफिकेशंस होंगे ना. That also will not be there. So you are saying something is there, but without Rupanama, then what is that? That is a is without Rupanama. That is called Satta. After seeing this thing, now the disciple himself is asked, do you experience everything of the world as is or not is? It is is. Is called existence, Satta. Therefore, the pure existence is that on which the Nama Rupas are coming and going. The world is what? Nama Rupa plus existence. Nama Rupa plus existence. Now, in that again, can the Nama Rupa exist without existence? No. But can the existence exist without Rupa Nama? Yeah. Therefore, what should be the relation between both of them if one depends on other? Only one relation is that itself is in this form. That's why they give the example of pot and the mud. See the pots only first. Observe the pots. Then you will go into the cause of the pot. You come to the mud. Then you say mud is to be there in the pot, without which the pot is not there. Final conclusion: mud alone is called as pot. Other than that, there is no mud. There is no pot, only mud is there. In the same way, entire world of multiplicity of names, forms, all are nothing but existence in this form. That existence is called Satta, that Satta is called as Parabrahma. Because it is known, it is also called as Chit. Therefore, Sat Chit is in the Jagat form. We are using Tarka logic. So, in the Sat Chit, you only are imposing Jagat of a name and form by your choice. Why? Because by choice you can reject Rupanama and can reach to the Sat. This is how in an experience, the experience is analyzed. So to the experiencer, I also am analyzed. No, it's a big, big subject, very nutshell I am saying. This experiencer also, I, is common in every experience. And three experiences are Jagra, Swapna and Sushupti. Now, if there are three, the three mutually should be cancelling or the three should be depend on the other thing other than these three. This is the logic applied. Then what? If Jagrat is coming and going, Swapna is coming and going, Sushupti is coming and going, and they are mutually exclusive to each other. Is it not? Mutually exclusive. In the one, the other two are not there. When I'm in dream, I don't remember the Jagrat Nidra. When I am Nidra, both these two are zero. And in the waking plane, there is no dream, there is no sleep. If the three things are there coming and going, mutually exclusive, and they are known by us. Because I say I was sleeping, I say I was dreaming, I say now I am in the waking plane. That also another logic. So the logic is one, there should be a fourth thing on the basis of which these three should be there. The next level is one, that one alone, listen, because of the different conditions, these three are happening on that only. Then they bring the concept of avidya or maya or trigunas. Then they say Shuddha Atma Vastu only. Through the medium of Tamoguna, he is becoming sleeper, experiencing the sleep world. Through the medium of Rajoguna, becoming dreamer and experiencing dream world. Through the medium of Sattva becoming waker and experiencing the waking world. Who? The Atma Vastu only. Why all that? Because of ignorance, because of vasanas, all that they explain. And they say, when the vasanas are removed, then the necessity to create Jagra, Swapna, Sushti, Jagata are not there. Because of that, the I, pure consciousness, will not be needed to become the Jagra, Swapna, Sushupti, Purusha. That is what is liberation. So therefore, who am I? I am pure conscious self only, pure satta only, me also. I exist and I know I am conscious of my existence. In this way, the subject also analyzed. So in an experience, the object to the subject. Object is Satchita and subject also Satchita. Then the next logic, two Tattva, two Chitta cannot be there. Therefore, this and that is one alone. Then all that one, then what is this and that I they perceive or the world perceive? It's a projection only. This is the first time when it is heard, it is impossible even to listen the sentences and connect them. Again and again, we understand the literal meaning. Then comes the logical question, how is it, sir? Tell me more logic, tell me more example, more logic, more example. When that's how so many years the Guru will teach the disciple. And it takes so much, like that disciple also, that Guru also was with his Guru for so many years. He also started that way only. He came to the Guru with a problem in the world and wanting to get solution. If it's a spiritual guru, he will first of all say there's no world outside, it is in you. Then slowly he proves there's no world other than you. Then he says your own mind projects the world because vasana. Then eliminate out of that, there's no world, there's no problem, you alone are there. That is how the guru taught him. He also slowly trains him. So here, in the self, because of Maya, this entire Jagat of Mana Pranendra Samyama is projected. With this in this way, with Tarka, you must know. And lot of intricacies there, complications are there. All complications, intricacies are only because of our value given to Stula Bhava, Stula Vishyas. If you devalue them, then we'll be able to understand. And how come, if that is absolutely unreal, I'm experiencing the world so solid, that is called as Maya. Then the example of Indrajala, is it not? They all give all the examples. Like Indrajalika, the magician. Nothing is there but just projects creates. And the example that is given in Mandukya for this is what? Everybody enjoys the magic, but never appreciates the magic, appreciate the magician. Because magician created the magic. So to I, the self, entire world is magic only. It's only entertainment, but not real. So every cinema actor is appreciated and awarded for the action there. Nobody says the action is real. You may say you have acted really as if, but the action is never real. And they celebrate the success of the movie, in which hundred thousands of people are fooled. They buy and go and enjoy and come. Is it not? These have to become one with us. At what happens is, at the initial level of spirituality, because our pull towards the world is more, again and again we get distracted into the world. Now all that has to be quietened with the desire to know the truth, reality, substratum. With this quietness, then patiently, dheere, dheere. All creative, subtle things are done with utmost patience and slowly, steadily. And the ultimate creative thing that is done is to know there is no creation. What is there is a Parabrahma only. So that has to be done so slowly, systematically, delicately, dedicatedly. Suddenly, anayota. In that slowness, everything, little faith, keeping things away, going to the Guru, listening in the class. You might have understood zero, still have faith in the Guru, then continue to 1 year, then one text completed, so little idea came, then you continue that, more understanding comes. That is how Shanai, 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 Shanai. After some few lives only, little vairagya for the world and mukshata, mean to know the truth, that starts sprouting from the seeds sown in so many lives. We are all sowing seeds now. If really sprouts it, even beyond the class also, your mind will always be longing for the truth, and for that, longing to go for meditation. A compelling urgent force within to meditate if it happens, because through meditation only you transcend everything and know the truth. Happens means what? The seed has got sprouted. Then you keep on watering it, become gigantic tree in which anytime you are in deep contemplation, just rejecting the gross subtle causal and just establishing the truth. Till those abilities, capacities come, be in the world, don't do such nonsense by which the sin is incurred and we get problems and suffering and we are kept away from the truth. Live a dharmic life, live a loving life, live a responsible life. In that, whatever comes, enjoy it, good or bad, be normal here. Let it happen slowly. It will happen. That's why Bahunam Janamanamante. Is it not? Not in one life. Always remember, we are continuing from earlier life, we will continue further. This may be the last life also. For some of you, if you have already done of the past. All probabilities you keep. By all means, be on the path and keep moving. What is the path? What is the goal? Goal is to know the self, and the path is to understand everything as the self is superimposed on the self. That is the shloka's essence here. यद एतद आत्मनि जगत मनोवाक् प्राण समतम सर्वम माया इति तर्केण स्वस्थः. In this way, after understanding, stay in your own non-dual self. Then tyaktva, having given up entire world, na tat smaret. Again, don't even do the smarana of it. No, in many times, many even Maha speakers of Advaita Vedanta also forget this aspect, neglect this aspect, take it lightly. What is that? In almost every of these such type of lesson, gurus say, like here it is said, once you discover the self, then again don't remember the world. Hurry, after discovering self, there is no world. No, how can it be remembered? That's how we reject it, neglect it. But what they try to say is the experience of self also comes in glimpses. And the goal is not only to experience initial glimpses of self, but fully established in that. Till full establishment, till the establishment fully happens, there is a danger again to come back and fall down. That is why na tat smaret, na tat smaret, na tat smaret, they say. Natatsmaret is for two reasons. One, if you are not fully established, if you do smarana, we may be pulled back into the world. Second is what? Natatsmaret is natural because we are really established in the experience of self. There is no smruti also of the world other than me will come to me. That can be test as well as test. Test not to go back, test to establish that you are established in. Why Bhagavan said Natat Smaret means for sadhaka, so Maya samajh gaya, then smaran karna chhod do, then it goes out of your vicinity. Then what theory you have understood that everything is Paramatma only, you can enter into that. Having entered and experienced also initial glimpses, still if you do smarana, the power of Maya cannot be doubted, cannot be taken lightly. It has pulled big people also from the topmost position till down. Therefore, there be continuously careful. Like in the morning class, sa kashayam vijaniyat samam praptam na chalayat. See, laye sambodhyat chittam vikshiptam samayat punaha. Sa kashayam vijaniyat samam praptam. It is a kashaya avastha. Just because you awakened from the sleep and vikshipta you stopped, don't think you realize still there is a kashayam is there inside. Bija rupme. That also you remove by the samadrushti. By remembering the ajam amarnam vastu. And samam praptam na chalayat also he said. When we study after 5 years more, again Mandukya, the taste will be different. Very beautiful it would be. We will do it. अब इंग्लिश में हुआ तो हिंदी में तेलुगु में करेंगे. So in a very layman's language where you can listen and forget like any cinema, whole world is projection on your own self. It is not real, it is Maya. Therefore, don't worry too much about it. Leave it and keep peaceful in your mind. And if possible, try to pursue therefore what is the truth, what is reality. In a simple words. But it is the instruction for a yati, a sannyasi. So even though he has taken up sannyasa and doing all, still it's not sure, not guaranteed at what level he is there. And Shastras are addressed to everyone who is the beginner and who is at the end. And when you tell it to the beginner or the end, everything should be told. किसी को लाइट नहीं लेना, सिर्फ बिगिनर को बोल के नहीं छोड़ना, एंड वालों को बोल के नहीं छोड़ना, दोनों को सूटेबल बोलना है. That's how every Upanishad Gita is for beginners as well as the end people. Means towards the end who are reaching. For the beginners, Viveka Vairagya will be told. For the end people, only Tattvamasi told. People who are toward the end, maturity. So this much is the load of this shloka. यद एतद आत्मनि जगत मनोवाक् प्राण संहतम सर्वं मायेति तर्केण स्वस्थः त्यक्त्वा न तत्स्मरेतु. Then hundreds of logics. Every one of us seek anandam. Okay, everything is done in ananda. And where do you are more anandi? You are more anand in the sleep. But in the sleep, is there the world? Is there ego? No. Therefore, in the self, which is ananda swarupa, the aham and mama is not there. Therefore, should not be there. All this for convincing us, And final conviction is only one. I am the infinite blissful self, eternal existing consciousness. I have to be abiding in that, in my identity, not slip from that. Like I slip from the waking freedom into the dream and bound in the dream world. The moment I wake from there, I back to the normal, the dream is no more bothering me. In the same way, never slip into the identity of the Jagrat Purusha also, Jiva also. Be in that. That is ultimate goal. Now, next one. Much more can be spoken on this shloka itself. As I told you yesterday, I told you, एक उपनिषद लेके बताता हूँ. All Upanishad Saramsha only we have shared today. And that should be enough at this level. Every word we have analyzed, every sentence we analyzed, total shloka we said, consequence of the understanding total shloka we said there. Now comes Jnana Nishto, the one who's established Jnana, Virakto Va, who's detached from the world, Mad Bhakto, who is totally devoted to me, Anavekshagaha, totally no apeksha. Means these are all the lakshanas of Jnana Nishta Purusha. Salingana Ashraman Tektva Chared Avidhi Gochara. Now this is the fifth stage. This is called as Atyashramaha. Atyashramastha Sakalendriyani Nirudya Bhaktya, all that comes. Atyashram is this is beyond the Chaturtha Ashrama of the sannyasa. In Chaturtha Ashrama of sannyasa also there are rules, regulations. Which guru gave you diksha, which is the matha we belong to, what is the amnayam, all that you are committed to me. If you are into the sannyasa ashrama, which is a beautiful thing. And because that parampara is there alone, because of that alone, the Shastra Jnana is being given to the masses, people, millions. But there is a stage even freed from all those, not bondages or limitations, but even those obligations of sannyasa, that is called avadhuta ashram. Bhagavan is even talking that also. That is why salingan ashraman tyaktva charet. सारे लिंगों को भी छोड़ देना, आश्रम का आइडेंटिटी भी छोड़ देना. Then charet move avidhi gocharaha, without any vidhi vidhana imposed on yourself. Nobody can impose vidhi vidhana now. Vidhi vidhana is for the one who has bondage in the world and debts to be cleared, and who is appointed by the Lord for some work. They are all the jnanis, brahmanishta, sannyasis. They have vidhi. They have to take care of disciple, teach them. But this person whom we are talking about, avidhi gocharaha, he has now vidhi vidhana imposed on him. Because he is in that utmost experience of Parabrahma, there is no upadhis, there is no jagat, etc. Then how can there be vidhi? That is how the avadhutas. Where do they stay? Where do they go? You know what they eat, where they sleep. इसका कोई विधि विधान होता ही नहीं. You know, very interesting. They just are hungry, they sit there in front of your house, you give the food to them, they start eating it. When they feel the stomach little filled, without even talking to you, just go, even without washing hand, ऐसा करके चले आएंगे. हमको लगता है ये कैसे पागल है करके, वो पागल है, वो गल पाया है, ऐसा पागल है. He just walking, the slept, body became tired. On the road, there is something, he will sleep there only. Not that everybody sleeping is avadhuta. Avidhi gochara is that. There is no snanam, there is no vastrama, no any of these things. They're all for those who are doing sadhana kala at that level. For the avadhuta sab nahi hota. That's how all the Dattatreya, Digambara, Sripada Vallabha Digambara, Udhuta Digambara. Dattatreya Bhagavan is the one who started all this Avadhuta Parampara, as they say. He's a Dattatreya, Triyaputra, Avadhuta. Avadhuta Chintana Gurudeva Datta, they say it. And they just walk. When walking, somebody dashed them. Somebody dashed them. Because of dash, they become the other direction. Like he's going towards east. From east, somebody coming, gave a dash. Because of dash, he turned towards the west. He keeps walking from where he came 2 years back. He has no directional sense. He'll not even have awareness of the deha that it is moving somewhere or the other. He's a pure consciousness, neither day nor night, nor human beings or animals or any, no differentiation. There, that thing, the differentiating equipments are so much fully soaked, engrossed in the Brahma Anubhava that they don't want to come out of it and they don't see anything else. That is the ultimate. डरो मत इसको देखकर, इसलिए त्रासात we saw in the morning Upanishad. If you are afraid of all that, at least stick to dharma in your vyavahara and at least be happy there. Don't do adharma papa and enter into dukkha. You start like this for 10 lives. Slowly the yoga, bhakti, in that we get importance. Then we enter into jnana marga, then to the avaduta sthiti. If required. Adbhutam. So, salingan ashrama tyaktva charet avidhi gocharaha. ज्ञाननिष्ठो विरक्तो वा मद्भक्तो वा अनपेक्षकः. मतलब these are all ज्ञान निष्ठा मिलने के बाद पूरा जगत का इवन उपदेश देना इन चीजों पर भी विरक्ति होने के बाद मद्भक्तः you have dissolved your identity even in devotion अनपेक्षकः, then there is no desire even to live also. There is no desire to live, there is no desire to die. Just ऐसे देखते देखते just he leaves the body and is in one with infinite. Before also is one with infinite, but he was conditioned in that expression of the Deha for our vision. But once he leaves it, he is universal now. These all ideas will become clearer, clearer when we study more, contemplate more, think more. That's what maturity. These truths, spiritualities, when we listen more and more, try to understand them and even understand, the earlier life of the samsara, the ragadesha, kama, krodha, they all become meaningless. That's called the mukti. We fight for the TV remote and channel. When you are engrossed in your own Vedantic Chintanam, you won't even worry about program of TV. So why do you fight? So you are freed from that, no? In the same way, everything. There are no issues in the world once we enter into spirituality. It goes away. Somebody wants something, you there, okay. The children want something. You they ले लो रे बाबा मेरे को क्या उससे क्या ले. Papa, this room, I want to use as office. I'll make a different room for you. Piche, can you stay in that? Are yaar, bana de. In last 20 years, I'm in this room. I only made a whole house and you are making me. What? कुछ नहीं है. ठीक है बेटा कह देंगे वो. Like that I am saying. Spirituality gives, that is called freedom. Freedom is not getting what we ask. Freedom is getting freed from asking. Nothing else. Whatever comes. Initial spiritualities, I am saying. As we go deeper and deeper, a vision comes. Sarvam Brahmamayam Rere. Oh, blissful Anand Atma. This is key. The treasure which is lost for many millennia, when you discover it, what an amount of joy. We have lost the treasure of the self from so many lives. भटकते हुए दुखी हो रहे. The moment when it is recognized, that is so elating. You will jump or dance. It's bhakti wala bhi, jnana wala bhi. Nrutyati, gayati, rauti, and all that. So this is what is said here. Now this avaduta, how he lives in the world, I'm going fast now. Budho balakavat krinet. He is Buddha, he is awakened. But balakavat krinet. He's just walking, he saw children playing cricket. He'll also take the ball and bowl. Just like that. Balakavat krinet. They all think a pagal hai, aisa hai karke. But he is Buddha. He is in the state of used all Shastra Jnana, logics and meditated and gone beyond the world. He is every moment in the experience of absolute truth. Buddha balakavat kridet. When Shukadev ji came to Parikshita, all the children, youth, everybody were there around him. He was talking to them, playing with them. When he came, everybody got up, all Rishi Muni. Then all pujas are done to him. Seeing that, all of them thought, "Arey, ye to apna dost samjha raha hai aur kuch hai." They chale gaye. Then he started giving satsang of Bhagavat. Budho balakavat charet. Why the balaka? Children just port in the present. They have no past future. They are enjoying the kridakara. Ha ha ha. Budho balakavat charet. Okay. Kridet. Kridet charet. Just krida, just like that. Then kushalo jadavat charet. Balakavat kridet kushalaha. Kushala means he knows all the intricacies of everything. But jadavat charet means he just behaves as if he doesn't know. If you ask, he will tell. Otherwise, he will not find the interest to tell. Some people, even others ask, they won't even answer. I don't know. क्यों जरूरत नहीं है, मैं क्यों जवाब दूं? Nobody can question the अवधूत ना. महाराज मैं आपको पूछ रहा हूँ, बताओ ना. तुम पूछो, मैंने बताऊंगा. That is a freedom he reserves. अवधूत. बुधो बुधो बालकवत क्रीडेत, then कुशलो जड़वत चरेत. Kushala, everything he knows. Jadavat चरेत. You know some movies of the 20, 30 years back. Very good. Some movie name I don't remember which lie. He just, because of some mishap in the life, he left all his profession. Some highly qualified. Yeah, he's moving on. And somebody were in risk of health and all. He just treated and went away. They were giving money. What money? Give me food enough. That's it. Kushala Jadavat Sharit. All skills are there. Kushalata. But Jadavat. What skills you are talking? They are all valid only in this Jagrat world, which is unreal. No, what is the level of this person and how we struggle in this world to become Kushala and defeat others and win over others and make ourselves more famous. कितने तिकड़म तिकड़मबाजी करते रहते हम. Is it not? From the standpoint of the Sthiti Avaduta, what we do in the world, trying to prove ourselves, trying to justify, trying to overtake others, trying to even improve our mind, intellect, skills. काय की बात है, सब है ही नहीं उधर, है ना. आई वॉन्ट टू मेक माई बॉडी हेल्दी. विच बॉडी? उधर है ही नहीं हो. आई वॉन्ट टू, so yeah, I want to remember all these shlokas. Your mind itself is not. क्या remember करोगे तो? करके क्या करोगे? न मेधया बहुना श्रुतेन, already spoken. No, some such topics when they come, the descriptions about avadhutas or even Brahmanishta Purusha, all words fail to say. No example will be available of the world. That is why Balakavatu, Jadavatu, Unmattavatu, some examples they give, which are very 10% examples. Because the outer expression only are shown. Inside, in what bliss beatitude is there, that cannot be shown in the Balaka, Jada, Unmatta. So example is incomplete. So then Vadet Unmattavat Vidwan. He is a Vidwan. He knows all Shastras, all Tarka, all, but Unmattavad Vadet. He just Unmattavad will talk in such a way that people think Unmatta hai. ऐसा रहता है अवधूता. देन गोचर्याम नैगम चरेत. निगम सब आगम सब शास्त्र उनको पता है, लेकिन गोचर्याम चले. What is गोचर्य? Like that cow and buffalo. घास दिया खाते हैं, बैठ जाते हैं, बस चू करते. गोचर्य. You observe the cows or any that type of bulls and all the world. गोचर्या कहते हैं उसको. They'll go anywhere, any grass है, खा लिया, then बैठ लेते हैं बस. Then move, they lie down. Then Ajagara Charya and Gocharya means this. Gocharya is it is cow moves. Ajagara is python doesn't move. Remember, it is not a non-activity as we think. Definitely, there is no activity of the body, mind, intellect. But is full and active, dynamic experience of the self, which is non-understandable to us. Now we have so much reality to this world. That's the problem. It cannot be shown or it cannot be recorded. It cannot be depicted. There's no example that can be shown. When you reach there, then only you know. How much you try साइंस वगैरह उसको दिखा नहीं सकते. लाइक इलेक्ट्रिकल शॉक. कैसा इलेक्ट्रिकल शॉक लगा वो अनुभव कोई नहीं बता सकता ना. When the shock happens, how the electricity flows in the body, through the body to the earth, while this, because the speed of movement of this neutron and whatever the electrical things, how the sensitive parts of the body got affected, ये सब फिजिकल चीजें का डॉक्टर लोग बता सकते हैं, बट द पर्सन्स एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ शॉक नो डॉक्टर कैन एक्सप्लेन. डॉक्टर के हाथ में तार लगा के बिजली ऑन करो, देन यू विल एक्सपीरियंस. But don't do that. Doctor is required for the world. Then comes Vedavardhanasya, to all these. Some more injunctions are given for this avadhuto. He's prepared. He'll not talk about the Vedas, Upanishad, Satsang. कुछ नहीं. तपोवन महाराज क्या कोई आए तो बताते, नहीं तो बैठ गए बस. Brahma Maharshi, he said तो मेरा सारे शास्त्र वासना were over in my earlier life only, he said. He knows everything. I have seen in my own life at least 3 or 4 avadhuta. Absolutely raw they appear to be. But when the discussion comes or any question, he will just quote from the Brahma Sutra, which we don't know. We think we have studied something by studying one Gita or anything. He will just tell from the various texts, very sublime. Some Purana will quote, some Smriti Grantha will quote. He will quote, Avadhutas quote very, very, very indicatively. Pakka they don't say. They give example. Harishchandra, you have to understand remaining. Uddala Garuni, you have to understand it is from Chandogya Upanishad. Yamadharma he says, you have to understand from Kathopanishad he is saying. This very thing we have seen. हमको लगता है अवधूत जी बैठे हैं बस उनको एनलाइटनमेंट हो गया, बट नो शास्त्र ही knows. No, he need not study Shastra. Shastra expresses to him. Like that. In this way, these topics are such fun, a श्लोक को text को side पे रख के ही, remembering all the Avadhutas, our wonderful Bharat Mata, we can go on talking for months, days, years together. Just like Bhagavad Shravana and Brahmagnani Guru Shravana is important, so too sometime this Avadhuta Chintana also we have to do. Because that is ultimate. They are free. That means what? As a human, we can evolve to that stage of total freedom. We need not be bound in this world and suffer every moment for the sake of that inspiration. And such great Avadhuta, their presence. Yes. वो है वो गांव में, तो as long as there, world is taken care. That whole village is taken. And our Indians, so simple, innocent, millions of them. Serving those Avadhutas have cleared their samskaras, vasanas of thousands of lives in one life. और सब कैसा होता है, क्या होता है, उसको कैलकुलेट करके शूटिंग करके नहीं बता सकते. इट इज लाइक दैट. 10 क्विंटल्स कॉटन, वन मैच स्टिक यू पुट, 10 मिनट में जल जाता. A cave is dark from 1,000 years. Put on one light, in second the darkness goes away. The quantities, times doesn't influence there. Like in Tulsi Ramayana, time and again you read, भगवान ने कहा मैं तुमको मेरा धाम देता हूँ, मुक्ति देता हूँ. अरे भगवान, इनका प्रारब्ध है सब देखो ना. अरे बेवकूफ, तुम भगवान से बात करो, ये याद कर. And my power is there. What the calculation of his prarabdha? That's so भक्ता से, भगवान के हाथ में बाण से मरकर वो मरेगा थोड़ी, इसको मुक्ति मिलेगा. That's called भगवान. That is called President of India. If he likes, he'll just माफ करे सारे cases, छोड़ दो 26 जनवरी. But he has done this, that. I felt like giving him freedom, given. Nobody dare can ask him. That's called president. The Lord is the president of the world. I'm just answering some such questions, if at all. In this way, again, little more Vyavahara, again Vedanta. That's how this entire chapter is. So deep, so detailed, so wonderful. छोटे छोटे श्लोकों में बड़े बड़े बातें हैं, इसलिए हम पॉज करके ज़्यादा समझने का कोशिश, क्योंकि ये मिस हो गया तो पता नहीं कब फिर पढ़ेंगे. Now this is a big thing for those who think Bhagavata means only Bhagwan Krishna's Makhan Chori and all that. Arey, that Makhan Chori Krishna only is giving this Upanishad Jnana, Brahma Jnana, Vedanta Jnana, Tattva Jnana, Avadhuta Lakshana. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamādāya Purnamevāvashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Sri Guru Bhyo Namah. Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai. Sadgunath Maharaj ki jai. Very good. चलो थोड़ा वाल्मीकि रामायण में नरान तक को फिनिश करेंगे आज, थोड़ा ही करेंगे बाबा.